Distinguished colleagues, you've heard the reading of the proposed agenda for today's sitting. What is your will and pleasure? No one went today. Sen.Nyonblee.
Madam Presiding, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of today's agenda, draft agenda, I move that the agenda be received and open for discussion.
It has been moved and seconded that the agenda be received and open for discussion. Are you ready to vote?
Ready.
All in favor say yea. Again. Any intervention? Computers for our reform process. So we'll work with modernization and the ROA and the reform team. Yeah, that was initiated by the Committee on Foreign Affairs. The Committee on Foreign Affairs negotiated that. So we have the computer.
Once the lands here is no longer foreign policy.
Secretary Senate to work communication to the embassy, expressing our thanks and appreciation for the donation. Struggle. What is your will and pleasure?
Madam Presiding, distinguished colleagues, having received a letter from the Chief Executive informing us about his trip abroad,
Into the school closed?
I move that the letter be received and noted.
Second.
Thank you. We've already stated that motion. Are you ready to vote? All in favor say yea. Again. Colleagues, you've heard the reading of a communication nominating Liberians to several local government positions in Montserrat County. What is your will and pleasure? Sarah Chair.
Protempore, I will listen to the reading, the communication from the President, nominating various individuals to local government positions in the local government of Colorado. I move that the same be received and forwarded to the Committee on Internal Affairs Governance for confirmation consideration.
We've already stated the motion. Are you ready to vote? All in favor say yea. Again. Distinguished colleagues, there is a communication from Senator Abachi of Karnga-Lawrence County requesting a review and resubmission of the constitutional amendment provisions for national referendum. What is your will and pleasure? Senator Taylor.
Reporter, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the communication from Senator Abachi, Chair of Karnga-Lawrence County, relative to review and submission of constitutional amendment provisions for national referendum. I'd like to thank Senator Chair for this communication and move that the communication be received, accepted, and turned over to the Committee on Judiciary and Internal Affairs, and as well as Committee on Autonomous Commissions, and it also makes reference to the Election Commission.
To the committees, a step by the movement, to report in 3 weeks. Are you ready to vote?
Ready.
Readiness by Senator Batikwa.
To the moment, I will be ready to vote if the proponent is giving just a few minutes.
But that says, Senator Chair, 2 minutes.
There was debate, the only issue was the joint.
Sorry, was it today?
Yes.
Yes.
September 21, 2024.
Correct.
Okay, so we only need to vote on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Secretary Senate.
So we need a motion. So then we just need a motion.
The project is not callow.
We need a motion on the report for the act to amend. Is that chapter 30? Public authorities law, Liberian codes of law revised to establish the Liberian National Tourism Authority. Motion, Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Madam Program. It is a privilege for us to do this motion for the Senate to concur on the bill to amend Chapter 31 of the Executive Law of 1972 to establish the Liberian Tourism Authority so that that institution can have independence and perpetual existence by law in line with the arrest agenda. I so move.
Distinguished colleagues, that was the reading of the report on an act to repeal Chapter 25, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Title 12, Executive Law of 1972, Liberian Code of Law revised, to establish in its stead a new Chapter 25 to be known as the Ministry of Local Government. I think that report, that is a final report from the committee. With that report ready, are you ready to vote? No, we need a motion. We need a motion. Senator Dogo.
Madam Protempore, Liberian Senate, distinguished senators, having listened to the reading of the report of the bill on the act to repeal Chapter 25, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Title 12, Executive Law of 1972, the Royal Code of Law revised to establish in its stead a new Chapter 25 to be known as the Ministry of Local Government. I move, if I obtain a second, that this reading constitutes the third and final reading, and that this act be passed by the Liberian Senate, having been reviewed over a period of time, be passed by the Liberian Senate on the record. I obtain a second.
That this is a committee report, and it's the first time on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah. This is the committee's report. Can we have a debate on it? No, so it has to be debated. The report has to be debated.
Okay, just a clarity to the motion that the report be debated and passed on the record.
With that, you shall not ready to vote. All in favor say yea. Against? That we raise have to be clear.
Yeah.
In a final draft before we can take a vote.
Right.
So I think we should defer this to Tuesday.
I got it ready tomorrow.
Defer it to Thursday and to make sure that all those issues are addressed. So we'll look forward to hearing from the committee on Thursday. Colleagues, that's the reading of the report from the Committee on Banking and Currency. On the Banking Financial Institution and Bank Financial Holding Companies Act of 2024.
What is it?
What is your will and place for ratification?
education and international.
What is your will and pleasure? Motion on that, Senator Taylor.
Madam President, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the reading of the report from the Committee on Banking and Currency on the Banking Financial Institutions and Banking Financial Holding Companies Act of 2024, I move, for the sake of bringing us to speed, that the committee will give us 2 minutes overview, and then after that, we take a vote because it's a ratification.
Distinguished colleagues, that was the confirmation report of local government nominees officials from San-Nyonblee County. What is your will and pleasure?
Madam President Protempore, distinguished colleagues, having listened to the report of the Internal Affairs Committee, having completed its work to assess and scrutinize nominees presented to us by His Excellency, recommending their confirmation, I move that the request prayed for by the committee is granted, and all those
Vote on the record. The Director of Fire Service is here for the hearing. So, Sen.Nyonblee, you are all ready? With that report, the nominees are hereby confirmed. Secretary of the Senate, please act accordingly. So you have the report before you. There's a report. It's already before plan. It was before plenary. That's another day's communication. Plenary accepted to have the fire. Whatever you did, plenary agreed to do it. So please act accordingly. So the way you can hear.
To see something. Yeah.